Yeah, another thing that Spider-Man Peter Parker told me that occasion is that still making parallels. Imagine this as an actual physical thing. How about that? This how things just grow bigger and bigger, and everything I set up against this freaky movement will just add to its power. Fuck, this is scary, right? Nevertheless, since very long this creature has grown way beyond its own limits and keeps pushing because it has to in order to keep me silent, because I might add something. Don't you think this sounds weird? And then they have to complete their mythology with some even more freaky stuff. And doing so, they keep pushing the whole fucking thing even more. And let's not pretend anything other than this will be even more pressure upon me. But if you think of it as a boxing ring with this flexible fence all around, and you have some nasty blow and you fly backwards into this one, and being flexible, if only tense enough, it will actually throw you back towards where you came from, because you push the limits. So what I have been doing so far, it's seeing them push. I have tried to speak to them, try to get some response from their rational minds. But they're not home today, are they? No, they're not. So, tough shit. This thing, when trying to discuss, is when they are pushing the borders, the limits. I have tried to push them back and into the actual ring. Yeah, fine, because that's what they actually hope for. Right? You are serving them their arguments for killing you, and they might then actually do so without even pushing the limits, because you're helping them to stay within the fence. Well, so how about being the one taking the lead, pushing things to its very extremes, and this whole thing, it relies upon this whole monster mythology, my madness, me being this threat towards against democracy, peace, welfare, Christian values, justice, and empathy. We all love empathy, don't we? And freedom. I forgot freedom and security, sanity. Being this threat. And what I mean when saying that they are pushing the limits is that it's been taken to quite some absurd edges. They are painting a picture of a monster with outworldly, with so many psychiatric symptoms that in reality this wouldn't even be possible. I saw some TV show, some scientific stuff, where if there actually were giants, real giants, and they explained you can't actually become very much bigger as a human than you are. It wouldn't even be possible for 15 feet human to exist, because they would collapse under their own weight. You follow me? This creature that they are describing, it's not realistic. This creature can't even exist, and so far no one reacts. You might perhaps not trust measurements and count on some plus minus one or the other, they can actually deny what they are seeing. I know very well about this. You never imagined what things I have managed to actually ignore and deny. But at some point this will become absurd beyond all reasons. How much more insanity will be tolerated, would be credible, especially as in this case I was actually an average guy. No, not really average, right? No, a lot more complex and such. Either way, to be true, I lived a perfectly normal life that I was very happy with. And in only some 2.5 years, I'm supposed to have fallen all this way from a state of grace. And how would this be possible if having shown no signs? And they have their explanations, right? They always have. But as things become more and more absurd, by definition, their necessity, their explanations will be too. And then they say, this has been his problem all the time, all his life. Only that as long as there are no critical triggers, he have compensated. So, and you know, they have been speculating about most things that you would ever imagine. And it might be something on the autism spectrum, or whatever. And every explanation raises at least 10 new questions, because there are always some major flaws. And imagine taking it to the next level. How then will explain this? And this will require some new wild explanation, raising 10 new questions, demanding their respective answers. And yeah, just keep going, little bitch. Every generation, so to say, there will be this absurdity will be tenfolded. And pretty soon this will expand beyond reality. It will grow bigger than Earth itself, while having no actual matter, no substance. I guess this will, if we're really lucky, it would just become this non-molecules will be spread into space, into this imaginary space, or at least at some point this great collective intelligence will collapse under its own weight, or it will explode from its inner pressure. There must be some limit to how much madness can be fed into this one. Problem is that everything that I feed this beast with is making it grow big and stronger and more powerful, and it's aimed against me. It was animated for this sole purpose, crushing me. So to cure myself, I must kill myself. Sword of Damocles hangs above my head. Nevertheless, what else can I do? This is the only chance that I do not have. The only reasonable impossibility. Feed it with everything it demands, because man, this beast is some greedy bitch. And you may write upon it, this is a trap. And she will swallow the whole bait nevertheless, you know. Because even if actually clever, it's not the least logical, street smart, you might, but no sense whatsoever for logical reasoning. So this way you will perhaps create an counter signal that grows along with this beast, broadcasting on the very same frequency, just electrically reverse. Yeah, all I can do is to hope for that. And if we never see each other again, keep fucking your own ass.